Greetings, everyone. Today I'm going to talk about some books. T2 Book Corner. This is a mix of a book haul and what I'm about to be reading, and I'm going to talk about a couple of booktubers. So this is a big mix match of all kinds of good stuff. First, let's talk about this book. This was my previously favorite book of all time before I read The Wise Man's Fear, I think. Yeah. I mean, I like Game of Thrones, I like The Stand by Stephen King. Like Leviathan Falls. I mean, I got a lot of favorites, but this is a sci-fi novel that I just realized after thinking about it. Similar to the Cradle books, this is a progression fantasy sci-fi. It's the progression is the fantasy. It's not a fantasy setting, but it's like Dragon Ball Z. People get stronger, richer, bigger. They build bigger things. That's exactly what this is all about. That's what makes it so good. The artwork on the cover especially lets you realize the scale of like how big the things in this book get. And it starts out from a guy who's just like a comic book artist, writer. And he buys some maple syrup and he sells it to some aliens, and that happens to be like their favorite thing in the world, and he gets super rich and he's the wealthiest man in the world, and it just keeps getting crazier and crazier, and it's just fucking awesome. Nobody talks about this book, and it is so goddamn good. Another one they don't talk about is Paul Melko's Broken Universe, but maybe I'll do a review on that one later too. But I'm trying to get some of these booktubers to read these books, but I don't know how to get them to. So I'm just finishing up the last book of The Expanse, Leviathan Falls. I got like 100-something pages left. And I'm also about halfway through with Memories Legion, which is the anthology of short stories in The Expanse. And last night I read The Lightning Tree, which is a novella in the Patrick Rothfuss universe. And I'm almost done with the Slow Regard of Silent Things. So, where does that put me at? As far as, let's see here, my mission of reading 60 books this year. Since those are really short, I'm at 27 books completed, 45% done for the whole year already. And it's just April. 13 books ahead of schedule. I think that was like 28 the other day. I read like 2 more books since then. I feel like it's gone down. Anyway, yeah, this is one of the guys I wanted to talk about. Matt's Fantasy Book Reviews. So, if we go back to, go down to, he was talking about Grace of Kings, best book ever. So I got that one that's going to be on my birthday list of books that I'm going to put on the list. And then Wise Man's Fear. He said it's even better than the first, so that's good. So I can trust his opinion. So then up here, he's got this book, Magician Apprentice, and he just raves about it. He said it's just so amazing. Couldn't believe it, how good it was. And that's actually like the first of 2 books, Magician Apprentice and Magician Master, which I have ordered and got in this really sweet edition. Raymond Feist, just Magician. So this is like both of the first 2 books together. And it's a chunky boy. So, what is this? How many pages is this? 832 pages, but this is 2 books in one. So, I'm really hyped to read this. What else did I get? Anyway, let's go back to Matt. Then he did a video on 16 ways to defend a walled city. He raved about that. How is this book so good? He couldn't believe it. And that happens to be one of the books I picked up at Goodwill the other day. So I'm like super psyched about that. So I want to add it to my 2023 list. If I have room. And it's in the living room there. I don't have it with me right now. But he talks about Empire of Silence. Best sci-fi of all time. And I've got that one. And he also says that this is the worst book of the series. I've got the second one. This is kind of like Words of Radiance. The second book is better. Is like the best one of the series, I think people say. So as good as this one is, This one's probably even better, and I've got both of those. But I don't have them on my 2023 TBR because I didn't have room. But if I'm meeting my goal early, so I think I will have room now. So, hoping to fit those in. But I went to the library today, and I figured I'd get a book while I was at the library. So what does the library have that I don't have? George Martin, Fire and Blood. So, that's going to be what I'm going to read next. It's like 700 something pages. That ain't too bad. Can't wait to read that. So then, stop by the thrift store. Actually, first, let's go back to Matt again. He reviewed Nevernight, and he gave it a 1 star. I give it like a 4.5, 4.8, something like that. I mean, there's some sexual scenes, so I guess he might be a prude or Christian or something where he doesn't really dig sexual stuff. But, so now I don't know if I can trust his opinion on one of his other books. I'm pretty sure I can, but, and then there's another girl I want to talk about. Leanne's Library. She made these 3 videos. Books that are not worth the hype. Let's look at this one. This really upset me.
This is the brilliant one?
What is the list here? Does she have the books listed? Way of Kings. She says not worth the hype. But, you know, I can see how... Wait, did she read the whole thing? Like the whole Stormlight Archive? I can see why you would say that if you didn't read too far into it, you kind of DNF'd it because... Yeah, there was a lot of unexplained stuff, and you kind of just had to sit with information until it was explained later. And then she got The Forgetting Moon on there by Brian Lee Durfee. I've heard good and bad things about this one, so I don't really know if this is supposed to be... I don't know. I can't tell how his writing style is from this. Legends and Latte she didn't like. Oh, she got Amazon links. Yeah, a lot of people like that book. I haven't read it, so I don't know. But now, I don't know if I can trust her. Trader's Blade, this is another one that I bought. I haven't read yet. And Empire of the Vampire. Everybody says it's great. She didn't like it. So, Shadow of What Was Lost, she didn't like. Malice. Wait, what? Babel? Dawn of Wonder? Are these books that she liked or didn't like? Yeah, so I don't know. This video kind of was like... Dawn of Wonder is one that a lot of people say is like Patrick Rothfuss. So if you like Name of the Wind, you should read Dawn of Wonder. So I'm thinking I should get that. I think it's a self-published book, though. I'm not really sure how you get those. I haven't looked into it that much. So then she's got this other video. Let's see here. Books that are worth the hype.
If you hated every single... It is your...
She's got on that list Name of the Wind. She's got Red Rising, Liza Laclamora, Six of Crows. That's another one I'm getting interested in. 5th season. I've heard kind of good and bad things about that one. I think that's the one that's like written in the second person perspective, so it can kind of throw you off if you're not used to that. Assassin's Apprentice, Jade City. I'm kind of getting hyped about that. Leanne is also a huge Joe Abercrombie fan, which is kind of a little sus. Because, I don't know, a lot of people like Joe Abercrombie, but he's not my cup of tea.
So, that's a pretty good track record.
I think he was just overhyped as being like the king of grimdark, and just grimdark isn't my thing. Or it's not as violent as I expected it to be for some reason. I don't know. This one she's got like books that are underhyped, and she's got Blackwing on there. This is one I didn't think was going to be that good, but I am a big fan of Crows and Ravens. So Six of Crows and Blackwing are now... I'm thinking maybe I should get that, but can she be trusted? It's like Two-Face. Can we trust him? Wait, she's got Dawn of Wonder on here? Didn't she say this was not worth the hype? Empire of Silence, so that's good. Diabolic. That's one that I have. I have not read yet. Where is this one? S.J. Kincaid, The Diabolic. So maybe I should read that one. So I'm like seeing some of these books that are getting underhyped and hyped and whatever. And if it's something I already have, I'm like, yeah, I already have that. It's awesome. What was I talking about? Oh, there's this other book. Let me look it up. Dread Empire's Fall. The Praxis. This is one that I ordered. And I think I paid like $5 for it, so I probably overpaid. Because it's a mass market. This is Walter John Williams. But I heard something really good about this. I don't remember what it was because it was so long ago. Sentient races about with the Jewish student with the Shabbat more. Young terror naval officer marvelous early birds. First recognized entities part of the Naxid of one like sectoid society that was a slave before all others to replace the mesh. Did somebody say this was like Ender's Game, maybe? Like this, it's kind of specific. So I wouldn't expect to find it in a Goodwill or something. It would be kind of like random to find this particular sci-fi book because it's like not very popular, I guess. You also got The Sundering, Conventions of War, The Accidental War. Oh yeah, and then he's getting these cool font covers. I've heard something really good about these. I don't remember what it was. Maybe it's about Walter John Williams himself that I heard something about. I can't remember what it was. Let's see. City on Fire. Yeah, I don't remember what it said. Anyway, I'm kind of hyped. I just made a mental note that I should get this, so I got it. So then I went to the thrift store. Can't full screen. What did I get at the thrift store? Well, I fucked up and I got Runes of the Earth. Stephen Donaldson. I already have this in hardcover. And this one looks like it has some poopy on it. So, I may just throw this right in the trash. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. Hardcovers. I got a Jeffrey Deaver book. Mom says it's really good. The Bone Collector. I've got that one. The Kill Room. This was like perfect condition hardcover for like $1. So I got this. And I got this book. This is a first edition. Includes a special full color illustration. This is the guy that wrote the Golden Compass books. It's called the Book of Dust. This is like a different series. Volume 1, La Belle Sauvage. So, I don't know about that Golden Compass. That movie really did not do anything for me. But this, the Golden Compass, the Amber Spyglass. I remember seeing that. Sally Lockhart mysteries he wrote. I mean, for $1, it's worth getting. Put this on my YA shelf, maybe. Then we got Forgotten Realms. What is this? Road of the Patriarch. I don't know if this is a Drizzt book or not. I always called him Drizzt. Drizzt Do'Urden. Everybody else calls him Drizzt. This is really small font. I think this is not a Drizzt book. It's just an R.A. Salvatore book. Anyway, it was $1. This one has a really cool cover. Mistress of the Empire. Raymond Feist, the guy who wrote The Magician over there. And Janie Wirtz. It's got like a wizard who's... What's he doing? He's doing some green magic. Like there's this king and queen or something on the throne. Pretty cool artwork. Bantam. And this one, I don't think I've read. A Robert Heinlein book, Sail Beyond the Sunset. I don't remember reading this one. Nope, I don't believe I have. I'm already seeing stuff I've never seen before. I'm hoping this is one of those Lazarus Long books, but I'm not seeing anything. Because if you get some Lazarus Long books, you're talking about some incest and some crazy sexual shit going on. It's always good. And then I got this book, Mind Scan by Robert J. Sawyer. This one is about a guy who cheats death and he gets his brain uploaded into an android and he falls in love with another android. So, yeah, that's why I got that one. And then I got another John Ringo book. Hell's Fair. Hell's Fair. Yeah, he writes a lot of like military sci-fi, but I haven't found anything that I really like other than the Live Free or Die trilogy, which is the best book ever made, besides Wise Man's Fear, Name of the Wind. Yeah. I don't know if the muse hit him that day. He just wrote the best trilogy of all time, or maybe somebody else wrote it and published it under his name. But this is great. This is real great. Maybe this will be better. This could be an even better sci-fi book of all time. But this is going to be hard to beat right here. But then this, and then that, and then is that all? Is that all the books that I have to talk about? I think it is. All right.